Good evening. My name is Kevin Dominguez, and today I will be explaining to my understanding what several elements of Java programming are. And today I will be explaining classes, objects, methods, and fields within Java programming. Now, to begin with, uh, let's start off with classes. So classes essentially are blueprints are essentially blueprints that will essentially uh that will essentially be used to make objects, and they can be they can be referenced, or they can be referenced in methods. So the best and within a class you can have an object. An object is essentially an instantiation of the class, a variation of the class. So the best way that I can visualize this or explain this to myself to make it more understandable is the way we have, cat breeds, that we have, cats and dogs, and then they have different breeds. So for example, we have, class cat. That's essentially, like the cat species. That's the general blueprint. We all know what a cat is, what make up cats. And an ob sorry, and an object in this case would be, like the cat species, like the cat species. In this case, I also added the cat age. So, we have different varieties of cats. We have like like American short hairs, Sphinx cats, those are the hairless ones. We also have the Siamese cats. We have, that's what makes, those are the different kinds of cats. So we can think of that as so we can think of that as an object within the class that is a cat. And a field would be No, what a field would be in this case is any sort of variable that holds information that we can call or use. And in this case, for example, it could be, let's say we just have int g, you know, just to have it typed in, equal to 4. Uh, if we wanted to get more creative, we can call it, let's say, I don't know, numbers of, like pause, uh, like like a little pause. Cats have four paws, so we have, 4 over here. Just for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna delete it. Um, then we have methods. Methods are the set of are a block of code that hold a set of instructions that reference objects and classes. So, for example, I already have some code that I've already pre-written. Here we have, like our class cat. And here we have and here we have some opt and we have the kitty object, where we call the string breed. And here I shows Sphinx. If you want to take it more creative, you can have a segment where you get the user to input their specific breed, or even then you can actually have it be an unknown, and you could get even more creative, and create even bigger blocks of code and other methods to make it more fun, I guess, to make it more fun for yourself. Uh, and here we have, and so yes, I just have the public uh main method, the public static void main method, just because of the simplicity and not to overcomplicate ourselves. Here we are printing out a statement where we just have, the cat breed. And the text says this particular cat is this many years old. So when we run it, we see here the Sphinx. We have, Sphinx. This particular cat is 3 years old. So yes, like we have seen, the class is a blueprint that can be called to contain that can be called, and it contains information. Objects are different instantiations of a class, so varieties within the class, varieties in information, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of good stuff. And methods are a block of code that contains instructions that are going to be carried out, while also referencing when needed to the classes and objects that have been created. So yes, that is pretty much it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.